Hello, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Jonathan Mortimer. I'm currently a computer science teacher here at NIS School in Uralsk. Today what I'd really like to do is to share with you my thoughts on the future of smart education. And I think in order to really get to grips with the future of smart education, obviously I'm just speculating about it, but I think we need to understand that we need to look and study the current developments in terms of curriculums right now, see where they're moving, and ultimately see where there's a place for smart technology and where it ultimately fits in with that. If you look at the most current schools right now, they're very much focused on students becoming 21st century learners, where their whole skills are focused around them becoming group performers, being able to interact effectively, being able to also as well collaborate effectively, and ultimately problem solve in the real world, and be able to overcome issues and speak globally. I think in order for that to happen, I think the curriculum, and indeed the curriculums that are evolving towards developing those skills, has to really focus on students becoming critical thinkers, collaborators, creators, and also as well communicators. For that ultimately then to happen and to see the modern day way of teaching, smart technology is very much at the heart of that, where students are given the opportunity to get involved in project, problem-based and challenge-based learning, with technology at the heart of that, and ultimately students involved in using collaboration and learning in different ways, but with technology focusing fully throughout. If that is the case, and indeed if schools are moving towards that approach, then it's very important that smart technology continues to evolve, and ultimately there is a place to enable it to thrive with the needs of the changing curriculums that are evolving. Another area that is really interesting right now is the fact that apps are continuing to develop, and more importantly apps for smart technology is continuing to focus on instructional based learning, particularly that in the classroom. The apps right now, which I think are going to become very prolific in the next few years, are likely to focus on augmented reality and virtual reality. Apps which right now are in their infancy, but ultimately could really add value to the education process and really take smart technology to the next level. Another area as well is to realise that learning now takes place not only in the classroom but outside the classroom as well. And smart technology has a very important place for that, to enable learning outside the classroom to really thrive. At the moment in many schools they have an online learning platform, a virtual learning environment, a place where content for courses can exist, but also as well a place where media can be put on these platforms, where you can also have blogging going on, quizzes, questioning, assessment, feedback from assessment. All these things can really take learning to the next level outside the classroom. And smart technology therefore has a real place for that, to allow that to be facilitated. In addition to that as well, online platforms also can include parents as well. With a parent gateway these days, and with parents having smart technologies themselves in the form of phones or tablets, they too can keep in touch with their children's learning, and a virtual learning environment, an online learning platform can really help to get them fully involved in their child's learning process. Another area right now is pedagogical thoughts with regards to the blended classroom. The blended classroom works on the idea now that teachers actually give students in a digital format material to learn nights before the lesson itself. And through that means of them accessing that in smart technology, it gives students the material to learn, and then when they go into the classroom itself, the classroom evolves into a totally different learning environment where there's project learning going on, one-to-one support, collaboration, different ways of digesting that learning and taking it to the next level, really facilitating and investigating the learning that's gone on previously and the night before they've gone into the lesson. Another area as well right now which is important to think about is digital citizenship. If there is any challenge to smart education and in its further development, there really needs to be a greater understanding and a greater program throughout schools to really develop digital citizenship and awareness of it. We all want our children to become successful learners, but also as well to become digital citizens in the 21st century that really respect and understand and have a good opportunity to grow and evolve with digital literacy. It's very important therefore that we develop a curriculum that fully embeds and makes students aware of digital citizenship and what good digital citizenship should be. If that continues to take place, then smart technology and smart education will continue to keep moving forwards and continue to add value to the learning process. I think finally, the biggest challenge to smart education in its future is also as well to do with school budgets. Obviously, to buy apps for tablets, to buy tablets themselves and iPads and other forms of technology, it is quite an expensive process, and schools have to have the budgets to facilitate that. If this can be overcome and schools can really see the benefits from iPad technology and other such means to actually support the educational process, and I think that money can be found ultimately to be provided to enable these devices to be bought and the apps accordingly to be able to add value to the learning process. The other area as well, with this whole idea of students developing into 21st century successful citizens and then becoming effective collaborators and global citizens we want them to be, is to actually have classrooms now which are actually beyond just the idea of closed doors and four walls. If you look at modern technology now and the fact we're moving towards this collaborative approach, embracing technology at the heart of it, you'll find that schools themselves are actually building themselves around whole floors with classrooms completely open without them having closed walls or doors. And you have different areas like quiet areas, loud areas, presentation areas, collaboration areas. All these types of areas built into one floor, and different teachers teaching in different parts and sections of the room really take learning and collaboration to the next level, especially when it's embracing the technology aspect as well at the same time. Thank you very much for listening. I hope these ideas have really helped today, and thank you for giving me the opportunity.